Good afternoon, ABC Nation and ABC No Walls. And I believe that I explained that once before about the no walls. The way that came about is my wife and I, we were on a cruise with my church. And I met a young lady from China because on the cruise ships, they have a lot of youngsters from across the nations working on the ships. And to make a long story short, met her and a few others. And so we lined them up and we did the ABC concept out in the middle of the ocean. And so there was birthed ABC No Walls. And when I got back the following week, a young kid called me from Philadelphia that was involved with it. And a message was given to me that said, Mr. Instructor Moore, I don't talk back to my parents anymore, and I don't get smart with them. And I thought that was accolades for ABC. But good afternoon, Brother Shig and I. We're visiting you all again to find out how you're doing, and we have to get on one of those, whatever that fancy stuff is that Shig has set up to where we can do meetings over the airways. So we need to get that put into place so we can do the ABC concept while we all watch each other. But I was, I was born in Bakersfield, California, and I got one of my brothers called me last night, and he was talking to me because I used to go to I want to share this with you youngsters. And most of you, and probably none of you, have any idea of what I'm talking about. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time there. I used to get up at 4:30 in the morning and go out to the cotton fields. I was probably 9 years old. And that's where I made a lot of my school money. Myself, my brothers, and I, we'd go out and we would work with a lot of adults. And but the reason why I bring this up, we have I used to watch that cartoon, Fat Albert. But there were people that used to travel and come to my folks' home. That was my other family. That train man, one of the guys' name was Train Man. Train Man, his feet were so bad, he had to cut off the top of his shoes in order to be able to wear them. Train Man, Miss Leanna, Mr. Skinny, Mr. Scotty. You had Thea Mae and John, and Mr. Coop, and those are people that, if they were around today, as sharp as some of you youngsters are, you would make a cartoon out of it. But to business at hand, we want to make sure that you stay encouraged, because what happens when you let your guard down, that's when trouble seeps in. And actually, it happened to me the other day. But we don't want to make it a habit. When we catch it, and the way we catch things, you have to rehearse your ABC over and over, in and out and in. This is an A, or a triangle of life. It is made up of three parts. The bottom part is the balance or the foundation of life. One side is the correct delivery and recoil of life. Part of the other side is the step in, jab, and drag of life. The remaining portion is a hundredfold mystery. We have to remember these things. And when we remember things like this here, it puts our mind to work. And I quoted something to you all we had quoted something to you all the other day. I will greet this day with love in my heart. And Mr. Shig went, and there is a whole another thing to that I'm going to learn more about. And we've been talking about sharing it with you. And but you've got to have some want to, because this really takes work. And I'm sure a lot of you do, but I'm going to say this here. I'm going to issue it challenge. There's a young lady, you all have heard us talk about her all the time, Lizette Gadales. And if you have the drive that she does, you'll love this that Mr. Shig and I have been talking about. So, in the meantime, let's keep our skills sharp. Let's remember the simple, basic do's and don'ts of society. The things we should not do. Don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal, don't smoke, don't drink, don't refuse to go to church, don't refuse to go to school, don't talk back to your parents, don't gangbang, don't look at things that we shouldn't look at, and things of that nature. And when you hear me say certain things, I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking from some of my shortcomings. Now, the things we should do: go to church, go to school, go to junior high school, go to high school, get a high school diploma, go to college, get a college degree. Then after you get that degree, you got to get a job. Be a doctor, own your own construction company, be a mechanic, go into politics, be a politician. And if you want to change things in this country, that's what we have to do. We have to go into politics in order to change things. And we've seen 3 or 4 politicians here recently, here at ABC. And so those are the things that we want you all to be able to do, is utilize these things and step off in life with your best foot forward, without cowardice, but with courage and dignity. And if we can do that, and when we do that, all will be well. It'll be well. So, I don't want to bore you today, but when we come back the next time to visit, that very well could be tomorrow. I'll talk to Mr. Shig and see. We want to get a little bit more in depth. We want to let a couple of things shine, and to give you guys some more challenges. We want to, those of you that want to do the physical part of it, they learn self-defense, the self-defense part of it. We're going to get Big D and a couple of other our coaches, Andrea, Max, get them to come in, and maybe we can get Gellin to come in and run some exercise with you. So let's run it back. Maybe you guys can get across to us what it is you would like to see on here. So in the meantime, let's see how creative we can be. And remember this: when a task is once begun, never leave it until it's done. If the labor is great or small, do it well or not at all. And all of the flowers of all of the tomorrows are in the seeds of today, and that is you. Until we meet again, God bless, one love.